Alright, now here we are having a very good example of cash book entries. T runs a shop which sells suitcase, bags and umbrellas. Suitcase, bags and umbrellas. He is not registered for sales tax. His cash book analyzes receipts into three categories of sales and analyzes payment under the heading of cash purchase, payables, wages and rent. Okay, so what is this? Now here we can see a more detailed cash book. So here we are writing date, then the particulars, what number basically it represents, the definition of that number, then whether the payment is through cash or through bank. Then here you can see further analysis as well. Receipts, there are three types of receipts: from suitcase, from bags and from umbrellas. And the payments column, basically there are three payment columns: cash purchases, payable and wages and rent. How basically we need to work? For example, if we receive some cash from our cash sales, let's say $1,000, how much we receive from suitcase, how much we receive from bags and how much we receive from umbrellas. If we total it, this will give you $1,000. So these basically receipts columns and these payment columns are for further analysis, so we can see the breakdown of this total value. But ultimately the purpose of cash book is to find out how much is our cash balance and how much is our bank balance. And this is the question here we need to find out. Task: what are the balance brought down on 1st April for cash and bank respectively? So all these transactions are given for March, and we need to find out the total cash balance and bank balance at the end of the month. So I'm not doing this analysis. This will be your home assignment. But why? Because whatever total is coming, just you need to break down figures in this analysis column. So analysis column is not that much important. It's a secondary column. So let's focus on the main thing. First of all, on 25th March, okay, let me remove this. Okay, on 25th March, balance brought forward are 142.50 for cash and a favorable bank balance of 272.00. Favorable bank balance mean that we are having $272 in our bank account. Okay. Next, 25th March, 25th March paid a supplier Gasco 142.70 by check number 300179. So 25th March we paid a check. What is the check number? 300179. And how much payment we made? 172.70. And obviously we paid through check, so we will record here, we will decrease the amount from our bank account, 142.70. After this, then on 26th March, cash sales of 241. How we got 241? This much from suitcase, this one from bag and this much from umbrellas. You can record these individual values here in the receipt columns under suitcase, bags and umbrellas. But I'm only working for the total. So I'm writing here cash sales. And obviously it's a cash sale, so it will come in the cash column, $241. Then March 26, paid cash of $250 into bank account. So we took $250 cash and we deposit into our bank. So what will happen? Deposit. You can also write down paying in slip or deposit slip number here if it's given. Okay, so we are taking out cash. How much cash we are taking out? $250, and we are depositing it into our bank account. So negative in the cash book and positive in the bank. After this, next 26 March again, paid G luggage $290 by check number 300181. So we paid through check 300181, and check number 1300180 was completed for 319 error and was therefore cancelled. And there is one more check number on the same date. Check number 300180. Okay. So this was what? This was cancelled. So we will write just 0 here because no payment we are making here. And for check number 181, we made payment of 290 by check. So we will deduct it from the bank account. Both transactions are for 26th March. Then 27th March, bought a, okay, there's 27th March, cash sales of 192.40. So cash sales, increase the cash balance 192.40. Then March 27, bought a second hand cash register for $95 in cash. So it's a payment basically. We bought a cash register and we paid through cash. So $95 reduce or reduction in cash balance. Then after this, 28 March, paid wages of $172 in cash. So 28 March, we paid wages of $172 in cash. So again, wages payment and it's $172 in cash. So reduce the cash balance. Then after this, again 28 March, cash sales of 201, we receive again cash from the cash sales. And how much? $201, increase the cash balance. 28 March, paid ACCA $64 in cash for umbrellas. Okay, so we paid some cash for umbrellas. So it's a cash payment or it's a cash refund to our customer for against umbrellas, and we are paying through cash. So we will reduce the cash balance, $64. Then paid a supplier, again 28 March, paid a supplier B Bag Co. $172 by check number 300182. So check payment 300182 and it's through the bank account. So again $172 we made the payment. Then paid for, again 28 March, we paid for cleaning material costing 17.80 in cash. Again, see, it's a small payment, so we are paying in cash. So cleaning material, and we are paying in cash 17.80. Then after this, 29th March, paid shop rent for 242 by check number this. So check 300183, and from bank account, we made a payment, how much? $242. So we will reduce it from the bank account. After this, 29th March, paid wages 121 by check number, okay, check issued for wages 300184, and how much? $121. And after this, then 29th March again, cash sales total 191, increase the cash balance 191.80, and last 29th March, paid cash of 200 into bank. So deposit into bank account, we took out $200 cash, reduction in cash balance, and increase the bank balance. Now let's see how much at the end of the week we are having total cash balance and total bank balance. The total cash balance, we are left with 169.90 and it's a positive balance. So obviously this will be a debit balance because this is our asset. We are holding this cash. This will be normal balance. After this, let's calculate and sum for the bank balance. Now here we are getting negative cash balance. See, in the bank account, if we have a positive cash balance, that will be our asset. But if it's a negative cash balance, mean our bank account is overdrawn. And now whatever is the negative balance, we need to pay back to our bank. So obviously this is our liability and liability will be credit. So here let's see which option is correct here. If we look into the option A, cash closing balance is 169.90, debit, bank 245.70, negative balance means credit. So yes, option A is the correct one. One more interesting thing, one of the internal control we were discussing, that all your checks should be issued in sequence. Now, do you identify the sequence here? For example, this was first check issued on 25th March. What was the number? 300,179. Then 26th March, 180. Then 181. Then 182, 183, 184. Now, if any check will go missing, if we keep posting all our checks in the cash book in this sequence order or sequential order, and if any check goes missing, we can easily find out that there is something wrong. Maybe some check is missing. Maybe some accountant took the check and he wrote some money and he authorized the check by himself and he collected the payment from the bank. How we are going to find out? Obviously, that check will never going to be recorded in the cash book and that number of the check will be missing. For example, after check number 300,179, directly we got, for example, 181. So what does it mean? Check number 180 is missing. So where it is, we need to investigate that. This is the way how we can maintain a complete cash book. Again, there are some figures which we need to analyze here for receipts and payments. You can also do that analysis as well. That will be pretty much simple and straightforward. So I hope you are clear with this.